Hello, I'm Ed. We're going to talk about an area which is about 2 feet back and 2 feet through, and we're going to talk some pretty basic stuff to understand what goes on in that area. Um, so the purpose of this is to understand our basic body positions, uh, basic uh, power source, and also our arm motion through this area. That's all we're trying to accomplish. But before we could, so let's start with the grip. With the grip, left hand for right-handers. Left hand is the first hand that we put on, and the 3 fingers. We're gonna put the golf club in the 3 fingers, and we're gonna lock it onto the heel, and we're gonna set the thumb right on top. Okay, so you're gonna have the 3 fingers. I like to keep my thumb and forefinger away so that you can see that the palm is not gripping the golf club. It is the finger and then the thumb goes on top. The right hand basically copies that. And we put it on, 3 fingers, index finger with the forefinger, and you're gonna see a grip that sits just like this. And this is called a strong single action grip, okay? Uh, my definition by the golfing machine's definition, strong single action. And as you stay with me, you will figure out what that means. When setting up to the ball, there are 2 lines that we set up to. Ball's gonna be there if I was hitting that direction. Okay, so that's back, front, forward, back, out, and in. My feet is going to set up to the stance line on the inside of the stance line. My golf club is going to sit on the plane line on the outside, and plane line, the inclined plane. Okay, this our foot is going to be flat. Our knee is going to be slightly bent. Our foot is going to accept the weight of our knee, not our head, not our back, but our foot's going to accept the weight from our knee. Okay. We have this waistband that sits to the behind or to the inside of the knee, and enough waistband that my shoulder can work independently. If you don't have enough waistband, your shoulder can and will move the hip. So we want a waistband that allows our hip to move independently and allows our shoulder to move independently. Okay, we will have the stationary head. Our left arm is going to move back, and we're going to understand left arm motion. Left arm moves back across the body. Left arm moves forward to sit right over and in front of our left leg. Left arm's going to move back to go across our body. Left arm's going to move forward to line up with our left side. Want to make sure our left arm straight, not locked, straight, and our right elbow is bent. Okay, and we're going to talk about this right elbow position. The right elbow position can come into 3 different places. Okay, well, we're going to just talk 2. One directly in front of your stomach, here, tucked in front of the stomach, and the other one kind of behind, So directly behind, almost underneath the left arm. The second elbow position is going to be kind of behind, not tucked in, and ready to push the left arm, ready to push the left arm. Okay, so what happened there, guys, is I just showed you left arm power, motion the left arm, and I just showed you right arm power, the right arm pushing the left arm. Okay, those are two distinct movements. That's why we have to feel both of them, because there are some of you that does one and there are some of you that does the other. Okay, and you can tell by where that elbow wants to go. Okay, probably majority of you, especially kids, they do the second one where the left elbow is pushing, or at least we want them to do that, because a lot of people will get that elbow and roll it over the top. So if you look at the two position again, the right elbow for one position is underneath the left arm and stays underneath until both arms straightens, and the other one, the right elbow is kind of behind the left arm and pushes to straighten until they're both lined up. Okay, so that we're going to practice that, and as we start hitting balls, we're going to discuss those options. The right forearm can be in a different place, so it could be bent, and it could be directly, or it could be bent and be directly underneath. Okay, so this is based on either attacking the ball from a given angle, an angled attack to the ball, or it's because of a arc attack to the ball from inside arcing motion. So that's why this elbow, this forearm position can be different at setup. This forearm position, so if the hand is in with the club out like this in this angle, this is more of a visual arc setup. If the hand is up almost along with the angle of the golf club, this will put the forearm more out here, whether it's bent or straight behind, whether it's bent or straight, bent behind like this or bent underneath like this. So you have this visual arc position, whether it's pushing or whether it's pulling. Okay, so we're going to talk about two very important aspects, and I call it pressure point. There's three fingers of the left hand, the pinky, the ring, the middle, feels like it's always pressured with the left wrist. This index finger of the right hand feels like it's always pressured with the right wrist. So you're going to see a setup where the flat left wrist is hit like this, flat left wrist, okay, where the right index finger is set to the right arm, and the three fingers is definitely set to the left arm. So we want to feel a motion that maintains the right index finger to the right index finger to the right arm, and the three fingers maintaining its position to the left arm. Okay, those are pressure. So I feel the pressure of this here to tie the bottom three fingers of my left hand to my left arm. I feel the pressure here to tie my right index finger to my right forearm. We are going to practice two forms of forearm motion. We're going to have one where it's tracing. My forearm is tracing the plane line, and we're going to have the one where my forearm is fanning out, feeling like it's going to push and going to go to more to the ball. The forearm's fanning out. So So we're going to see a motion of tracing or fanning, tracing or fanning. Okay, tracing or fanning, tracing or fanning. Now we're going to get to a point where we're going to start hitting balls. Okay, and hitting balls 2 feet back, 2 feet through. We're going to accomplish an extended position at the bottom where both arms are straight. This is called extensor action. Extensor action, extensor action. We're going to work on a pace that this is a 9-iron. We're going to work on a pace that's going to hit the ball about 30 yards. It's going to hit the ball about 30 yards. Okay, we're going to work on a pace that's going to hit the ball about 30 yards, and we're going to do in rhythm. We're going to do this in a 1-2 rhythm. We're going to do this to a 1-2 rhythm. 1-2. Okay, we're going to try hitting 25 to 30 yards, and as we're doing this, and we're going to try doing this with our eyes closed. That way we can feel the motion. 1-2 all the way to extensor, to both arms straight. And as you get to extensor, you want a little roll, because extensor goes up and it goes in. So you're going to feel a little roll of the hand. You're going to feel a little roll of the hand. And we're going to do it with our eyes closed so that we get a feel for this motion. Okay, so the left arm's going to move back. The pressure point of the bottom 3 fingers, left hand, is going to stay under the left wrist. The pressure point of the right index finger is going to stay back with the right forearm. And they're going to match right to the extensor, and we're going to roll. We're going to have a pace of about 30 yards. 1-2, about 30 yards. 2 feet back, 2 feet through. 2 feet back, 2 feet through. We're going to try doing this without moving our knees and hips and not applying any turn right now. Okay, we're going to feel how we can get the arms in motion to strike the ball. In motion to strike the ball. In motion to strike the ball. Grip, strong single, flat left wrist, arm motion, knee bend, foot accepting the weight of our knees, not our body, not our back, foot accepting the weight of our knees, waist bent so that your shoulder and hip, when needed, is going to be independent of each other. Okay, we're going to work on arm motion. And what I do is I try to keep that right elbow in, back and forth. My left arm rakes across my body and returns, and then we're going to extend after it returns. So it's going to rake across my body, returns to the left arm. The left 3 fingers is going to be underneath the left wrist. The right index finger is going to be with the right wrist. Okay, this is pressure point number 3. This is pressure point number 2. And we're going to practice. We're going to do it with our eyes closed. We're gonna do one of the thing. We're gonna trace with a forearm. We're gonna trace with a forearm. Trace with a forearm. We're gonna trace with a forearm. I am tracing that plane line, guys. I'm tracing the plane line with my forearm. I'm tracing the plane line with the forearm. Okay, we're gonna feel extension. We're gonna be it's gonna be a pace that hits the ball about 30 yards with a 9-iron. It's gonna be a pace that's gonna hit the ball about 30 yards with a 9-iron. We're gonna do it in a 1-2 rhythm. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and we're gonna feel a hinge action where the toe starts coming up, but the heel doesn't come up with it. Toe starts coming up with the heel following it behind. We're going to feel that hand roll hinge action. extension, hand roll. We're going to practice the two motion. We're going to practice the fanning and the tracing. That's a fanning. That's a tracing. That's a fanning. So I'm going to do fanning. I'm going to fan. I'm going to go 1, 2. That's a fanning. And I'm going to do a tracing. I'm going to do a tracing. 1, 2. That's a tracing. Okay. You're going to have a tough time seeing the difference, but you just have to try to feel. And you're going to try doing this with your eyes closed. Okay. So this is basic motion. We're going to keep our head still. We're going to do it from 2 feet back. We're going to let the arm. We're going to let the arm, power accumulator number 4. First time you heard that from me. Rake across our body. We're going to try doing this without turning the shoulder. Then we're going to return the arm with the 3 with the 3 fingers of the left hand staying with the left wrist, and the index finger of the right hand staying with the right wrist. And we're going to maintain that motion through into extension with a slight roll. And sometimes we'll close our eyes and feel that. Try to feel that with our eyes closed. So guys, what we're trying to realize here is this, okay? There's really no jerking around. You feel the arm motion, left arm across, left arm there. You feel the extension, you feel a little roll at the end. You either apply a fanning motion or a tracing motion. Trace, it's like taking a pencil and just trace, or your fanning motion, right? 1, 2, head still. 0, 0 pivot. Hips aren't moving around, knees not moving around. Your weight of your knees is accepted onto your feet. It's not your body. It's not your body weight. Your body's pressing down to the waist and to the knee, and from the knee, your feet's gonna feel that weight, and you're gonna stay flat. You're gonna create 1, 2, flat left wrist. This is power accumulator number 4. Returning back, right arm straightening, pushing, extending out is power accumulator. Notice my right arm's not swimming over. So these are the proper motions to practice. So if you like what you see, please click the like button. Please click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe.